The OACP Community Policing Award is based on Ontario's mobilization and engagement model of community policing and is sponsored by Accident Support Services International Limited. This award recognizes the accomplishments of police agencies and their community partners working together to improve community well-being, safety, and security. This year's award is presented to the Greater Sudbury Police Service, Crime Prevention Through Community Mobilization Project. The Crime Prevention Through Community Mobilization Project was launched in 3 Greater Sudbury neighborhoods that generated 13% of all calls for service and absorbed the highest proportion of police resources in 2009. Targeted enforcement, followed by efforts to engage residents and community partners in social development, was critical to the program's success. One inspired resident epitomizes the principle of the community asset. She motivated neighbors to help create a community association that delivers social development programs like a homework club for children, crafts, community gardens, awareness block parties, security and safety committee, and neighborhood cleanups, all of which foster shared responsibility in addressing and preventing crime and social disorder. Additionally, 30 groups and organizations have agreed to partner in offering residents one-stop shopping in a multi-services center. A 1-year evaluation showed a significant reduction in calls to the police, increased sense of well-being and safety, increased police legitimacy, and increased community pride. The OACP School Resource Officer Award of Excellence is sponsored by Accident Support Services International Limited and recognizes an officer who has contributed to the overall well-being of student communities by bridging the gap between students, schools, communities, and the police. This year's award is presented to Constable Jamie Knox of the Toronto Police Service. The responsibility of School Resource Officer is one that Toronto Police Constable Jamie Knox of No. 42 Division takes very seriously. 2 programs in particular have had a tremendously positive impact for schools in which Jamie works. Having recognized a problem with bullying in the female student population, Constable Knox enlisted the support of school administration and started a group called Sisterhood. Students involved in bullying must first attend a conflict resolution session with the victim, after which they can either accept an appropriate punishment or commit to joining the Sisterhood program. To date, every student, plus their victim, have elected to participate. Weekly meetings cover a variety of issues including self-esteem, confidence, and giving back to the community through activities such as retirement home visits. Another program developed by Constable Knox is Guide the Pride, designed to address the unique life, social, and decision-making challenges faced by at-risk youth in Toronto's priority neighborhoods. The program helps build communication, leadership, teamwork, respect, and conflict resolution skills through repetitive and positive interaction with the police and other community stakeholders. Group members have volunteered at the Daily Bread Food Bank, acted as reading buddies, and participated in the Cuts for Cancer campaign. These are just a few examples of the great work and initiatives that Constable Jamie Knox has developed. The OACP Victim Assistance Committee Award, sponsored by the Ministry of the Attorney General Victims and Vulnerable Persons Division, recognizes the contributions made by members of Ontario Police Services, alone or in partnership with private or public community agencies, for improving the level of service provided to victims of crime, tragic events, or other unfortunate circumstances. This year's award is presented to the Women's Support Network of York Region, Human Trafficking Program. Established in June 2011 through funding provided by Status of Women Canada, the goal of the Human Trafficking Program is to provide assistance and support to women and girls who are trafficked for the purpose of commercial sexual exploitation in York Region. To date, assistance has been provided to 24 girls engaged in or at risk of trafficking through outreach and case management services. Community response protocols and referral systems have resulted in partnerships with 25 multi-sector service providers. The program has also developed an assessment process and training program for service providers, as well as materials promoting public awareness on the very real human costs of human trafficking. The OACP Omron Award of Excellence in Media Relations is sponsored by 680 News and recognizes a media relations specialist who has demonstrated a commitment to furthering media relations and assisted their police service in fostering good relations with the media. This year's award is presented to Dave Selby of the Durham Regional Police Service. A trained journalist and former newspaper reporter, Dave Selby has spent 28 years in the communications business. He joined Durham Regional Police in 2001 as its first ever civilian director of corporate communications and developed a small but very effective team to lead information sharing practices. From overseeing the media relations function to managing the service's brand and intranet, Dave has been a leader in bringing professional corporate communications practices into the policing sector. His model for a modern corporate communications unit in policing has been the blueprint for many other services in Ontario. A guest instructor at both the Ontario Police College and the Canadian Police College, Dave's insights and experiences into communication issues are recognized and respected across several industries. He revitalized the Ontario Media Relations Officers Network in 2003 and developed the current Media Relations course for police officers at the Ontario Police College. Dave has championed multiple OACP issues over the years, including the first ever Green Tide Summit and the campaign to end the publication of all emergency service radio transmissions. The OACP Lifetime Achievement in Traffic Safety Award, sponsored by the Ministry of Transportation, recognizes the career of a currently serving member who has clearly devoted themselves and their policing efforts to furthering traffic safety initiatives. This year's award is presented to Staff Sergeant Scott Diefenbaker of the Waterloo Regional Police Service. Scott Diefenbaker joined the Waterloo Regional Police in August 1975 and quickly developed a keen interest in road safety. Transferred to the Traffic Branch in 1981, he was awarded the Police Student of the Year at the Traffic Supervisors course at OPC and developed the service's selective traffic enforcement program. Scott moved to the Training Branch in 1985, where he taught safe driving techniques and substantially reduced at-fault departmental collisions. He returned to traffic as a sergeant in 1996 and opened the Police Reporting Center, where he also provided field supervision for major collision investigations and traffic enforcement. As officer in charge of traffic since 2001, Staff Sergeant Diefenbaker has developed the Impaired Driving Simulator program and received the Terry Ryan Memorial Award for Excellence in Police Services from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. He also centralized breath testing, developed Waterloo's intelligence-led road safety initiative, and provides ongoing traffic safety messaging through local media engagements. Scott specializes in major event traffic planning, recently focusing on the 2012 Plowing Match and LPGA Classic in Waterloo. After a remarkable 37 years of service, Scott continues to dedicate his career and his life to road safety. The OACP Award for Traffic Safety Initiative of the Year is sponsored by the Ministry of Transportation. This award is presented to police organizations who have created, developed, and implemented Ontario's most successful traffic safety programs. This year's award for an agency of over 500 members is presented to Durham Regional Police Service Intelligence-Led Ride Program. Every year, police services struggle with the significant community safety problems presented by impaired driving. Using a problem-solving and intelligence-led enforcement model, the Durham Regional Police Service RIDE team members were deployed using spatial temporal analysis of past alcohol-related motor vehicle collisions. Employing innovative and aggressive techniques that adapted quickly to emerging situations, they also began data mining at the side of the road, determining where impaired drivings had their last drink for later follow-up. As the 2011 Festive Ride campaign began, Durham Regional Police had a wealth of data and revitalized partners. A public information campaign was launched with stakeholders, and the database was used to determine deployment of resources. As a result, fewer vehicles were stopped and more drunk drivers were caught than ever before. Based on the Durham model, the AGCO launched a 6-month pilot program with 6 other police services called the Last Drink Program. The OACP Traffic Safety Award of Excellence, sponsored by the Ministry of Transportation, recognizes a currently serving individual who has clearly dedicated part of their career to furthering traffic safety initiatives. This year's award is presented to Sergeant Tom O'Brien of the London Police Service. Currently in his 32nd year of policing, Sergeant Tom O'Brien became supervisor of the Traffic Management Unit in 2004. He continuously applied three concepts to combat the various traffic issues facing the London community: awareness, education, and enforcement. Sergeant O'Brien used various media outlets to make the public aware of traffic issues that compromise the safety of road users. He educated citizens through programs such as Make the Right Choice and Drive Wise for seniors. By using monthly traffic themes, Sergeant O'Brien promoted safer roads through increased enforcement and improved the effectiveness of London's RIDE program. He is a consummate professional with an unwavering dedication to traffic safety and enforcement. The London Police Service is extremely proud to call Sergeant Tom O'Brien one of their own. The OACP Award for Outstanding Liquor Enforcement is sponsored by the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario. This award is presented to police agencies who demonstrate excellence and innovation in liquor enforcement. This year's award for an agency of over 500 members is presented to Waterloo Regional Police Service, 2011 Oktoberfest Policing Unit. Oktoberfest is a 9-day Bavarian festival held each year in Kitchener-Waterloo. It attracts over 700,000 participants who congregate in 18 fest halls over the course of the event. With capacities ranging up to 4,000 occupants, alcohol overconsumption and rowdyism traditionally provided police with enforcement challenges. In 2009, Staff Sergeant Tom Bearsey developed the Oktoberfest Policing Unit with a proactive, dedicated patrol focus. He included licensee education, outreach to fest hall organizers, and training for a specialized temporary police unit. In 2011, the unit included 19 members who focused on pre-attendance drinking interventions in parking lots, diversion of intoxicated patrons prior to entry, and proactive engagement with fest hall staff and organizers. Community safety was further enhanced by a partnership with the AGCO inspector, who now rides with the staff sergeant to attend each venue. Halls that are non-compliant are shut down prior to major crowd disturbances. Oktoberfest arrests have dropped by almost 50% since the creation of this unit. Accepting this year's award on behalf of the Oktoberfest Policing Unit is Staff Sergeant Tom Bearsey. The Ontario Police Fitness Pin was created by the Police Fitness Personnel of Ontario in 1988 as a voluntary incentive program for police services across the province. The Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police is pleased to recognize 7 police members who have received 25 consecutive Fit Pins, one for each year since the pin's inception. PFPO President Gary Gogan and Joanne Rutledge will make the presentations to Inspector Rick McCabe, York Regional Police; Inspector Alan McKenzie, Thunder Bay Police Service; Inspector Dan Markowicz, Greater Sudbury Police Service; Staff Sergeant Jim Irvine, Ontario Provincial Police; Constable Liam Brennan, Ontario Provincial Police; Constable Gavin Grant, Ontario Provincial Police; and Constable Pank Patel, Hamilton Police Service. Awarded in conjunction with the International Police Association, the Gimborne Scholarship is awarded annually to an Ontario police officer to travel to the IPA's conference centre at Gimborne, near Cologne, Germany, and enroll in one of IPA's specialized policing seminars. The scholarship covers flight, accommodations, and seminar costs. The recipient of the 5th Annual Gimborne Scholarship is Staff Sergeant Ryan Diodati of the Hamilton Police Service. After graduating from Niagara University in 1994, Ryan Diodati began a high school teaching career. This career path was short-lived, however, as in 1997 he fulfilled his passionate dream of becoming a police officer with the Hamilton Police Service. While in uniform patrol, Ryan was a domestic violence officer, coach officer, as well as an acting sergeant after 4 years. Ryan became a member of Hamilton's Emergency Response Unit in 2003, where he welcomed the challenging physical training and exposure to the Incident Command System. During his time in ERU, Ryan became a rappel master, firearms armorer, and later served as a use of force instructor. After his 2005 promotion to sergeant, Ryan assumed the role of domestic violence coordinator, where he was able to forge strong professional relationships with key community agencies and stakeholders dealing with violence against women. In 2008, Ryan moved back to Uniform Patrol, where he worked as designated acting staff sergeant, fostering a strong team environment amongst squad members. Ryan was promoted to Staff Sergeant in 2010 and is currently assigned to the Professional Development Division in the area of risk management. Ryan is also a member of both the Public Order Unit and Crisis Negotiation Team. As a student of the Ontario Management Development Program, Ryan has completed his Leadership Certificate and is currently working towards his Management Certificate. He is also working towards his professional designation as a Certified Risk Manager through McMaster University. Ryan volunteers his time for several different charities and community organizations, including the McMaster Children's Hospital Shave Your Lid for a Kid campaign, ProAction Cops and Kids, the Kidney Foundation, Heritage Haulage Road Trail Committee, and numerous Special Olympics fundraising initiatives. Ryan serves on the Hamilton Police Service's Aboriginal Committee and recently received a Chief's Pride Award for his involvement in the Be a Hero program. Ryan also volunteers his time coaching various local sports and is a Eucharist minister at his church. Ryan believes that the Gimborn Scholarship offers a unique learning opportunity that will provide a distinctive international perspective on policing issues. The Gimborn experience will bring police officers together to facilitate cross-cultural, international, and interdisciplinary exchanges for the enrichment of the policing profession.